How Carlo Gambino built America's most powerful mafia empire. Imagine becoming the most powerful crime boss in America without firing a gun in public, without seeking fame, without giving interviews, while millions of people had never even heard your name. This is the story of Carlo Gambino, the man who transformed a criminal organization into a massive empire and became one of the most influential figures in American organized crime. But what made Gambino different from every other mob boss? And how did he secretly rule the mafia for nearly 2 decades? Let's find out. Carlo Gambino was born on August 24, 1902, in Palermo, Sicily. At the time, Sicily was a difficult place to live. Poverty was widespread, opportunities were limited, and organized crime had a strong influence over daily life. Growing up in this environment, Gambino learned lessons that would shape the rest of his life. Unlike many young men who sought attention and recognition, Carlo preferred to stay in the background. He understood that true power often belongs to those who remain unseen. In 1921, at the age of 19, Gambino entered the United States and settled in Brooklyn, New York. He arrived at a time when America was about to enter one of the most profitable periods for organized crime, the era known as Prohibition. In 1920, the United States banned the production and sale of alcohol. The government hoped this would reduce crime and improve society. Instead, it created an enormous black market. Millions of Americans still wanted alcohol. Criminal organizations quickly stepped in to supply the demand. Bootlegging became a highly profitable business. Illegal bars, secret warehouses, and smuggling operations appeared across the country. Carlo Gambino became involved in these underground activities and steadily built his reputation. But unlike many gangsters of his time, he didn't seek attention. He wasn't flashy, he wasn't loud, and he wasn't interested in becoming famous. He preferred patience, discipline, and careful planning. These qualities would eventually make him one of the most powerful men in organized crime. Over the following decades, Gambino climbed through the ranks of the American Mafia. He formed alliances, earned trust, and became known as a reliable and intelligent operator. While others made enemies through violence and arrogance, Gambino focused on building relationships and expanding influence. Then came a major turning point. In 1957, a power struggle within the Mafia reshaped the balance of power in New York. When the dust settled, Carlo Gambino emerged as one of the most powerful leaders in the criminal underworld. His organization eventually became known as the Gambino crime family. Under his leadership, the family expanded its reach into gambling, loan sharking, labor unions, construction projects, shipping operations, and numerous other businesses. Money flowed in from every direction. The empire continued to grow. What truly separated Gambino from many other mob bosses was his approach to leadership. Many gangsters enjoyed luxury, fame, and public attention. Gambino wanted none of it. He lived relatively modestly. He rarely appeared in public. He avoided reporters and photographers whenever possible. Most importantly, he understood the value of staying invisible. His philosophy was simple. The less people know about you, the safer you are. While rival crime bosses attracted headlines and law enforcement attention, Gambino quietly expanded his influence behind the scenes. He relied on strategy rather than publicity, planning rather than impulse, patience rather than ego. As a result, he remained in power for years, while many rivals were arrested, imprisoned, or killed. By the 1970s, Carlo Gambino had become one of the most influential figures in the history of organized crime. Law enforcement agencies closely monitored his activities. Investigators spent years attempting to build cases against him. Yet proving criminal activity directly linked to Gambino remained extremely difficult. His careful methods had protected him for decades. Then, in 1976, Carlo Gambino died of natural causes at the age of 74. Unlike many gangsters who met violent ends, Gambino died peacefully. His death marked the end of an era, but his influence on organized crime continued long after he was gone. Even today, he is remembered as one of the most successful and powerful mafia leaders in American history. Carlo Gambino proved that power doesn't always belong to the loudest person in the room. Sometimes the most powerful individual is the one who stays in the shadows, the one nobody notices, the one nobody suspects. And that may be exactly what made Carlo Gambino so dangerous. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to Hidden Beyond for more true stories, untold histories, and fascinating mysteries from around the world. Thanks for watching.